Hey, what's going on, party people? This your man Griff. If you saying, man, you look tired, I am. I tell you, today was a day of all days. And as the title says, I ain't doing this no more. My goodness, I ended up today with 7 closings. Um, I only did four, and really, you could probably say 4.5 or 4.1/10 because the fifth one got canceled while I was there. Um, I started today off from last week, supposed to only had three. And then two from last week got rescheduled to this week, or either I picked up one or something. But a couple of them got rescheduled. And when I woke up this morning, I was preparing my docs. I only had six on the books, six signings. It was going to be a tight schedule. 1:30, 2, 3:30, 5, 7, 8. That was the schedule. I had already knew that the 1:30 was okay with me coming by early. Then I would get to 2 o'clock. He knew that I might be running just a tad late, and then the 3:30, I knew I was should be able to get there. 5 o'clock was easy. The 7 and 8 was going to be difficult to go from 7 then to 8. That was going to be a difficult one. And the 7 got thrown in there because it didn't happen last week, and now the 7 still didn't happen this week. It's got pushed to tomorrow, about 7:45. So when I say I ain't doing this no more, what I'm talking about is I'm not going to try to do that many in that compressed amount of time ever again. That is tough. And as I was going through it, I said, okay, I don't see how people are saying they're doing 10 a day. And there are some people in this area, I've been being told that, somebody talking about they're doing 10 in one day and they're only doing them in 15 minutes. I'm like, I'm at the point I will pay you to let me tag along to see you do that. If you one of the YouTube subscribers or you see this video, you know who you are. I don't know who you are. I will pay you to spend a whole day and watch you do 10 of them in one day in 15 minutes apiece, and you got to get them shipped out on time. Because see, that's the biggest thing right there. Can you do that many and get them shipped out on time? And I had one particular client that said docs got to be shipped same day. I'll be honest, had I did the 5 o'clock, I would have been pushing it to get them docs out. And the only way I would have gotten them docs out, I most definitely wouldn't have been able to do the 7 o'clock at 7. I would have had to get them done probably 7:45. And then the 8 o'clock wouldn't have been done till almost 9 o'clock. So there's no way I can see honestly that somebody is doing 8, 10 a day and getting the doc shipped out on time, plus any kind of scan backs. The only way that can be, honestly, in my opinion, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, somebody, is if you are working directly with a title company and they're the only ones giving you business and they print the documents for you, you don't have to ship anything, and there's no scan backs. That's the only way. The only way I see that this can happen. If you got a scan back, if you got to actually prep the documents and ship them, if you actually got to reorganize them in order to ship them back because they want this in front and that in the back, you don't have enough time. You really, really don't. And I mean, I know I did not have enough time. I had to, my 12, And the reason why it wound up being 7, I meant to tell you this, is because while I was preparing the docs this morning, a notification came in for 135 said the time TBD. I was like, I'm taking it. So that gave me 7 and contacted the guy. And then not only that, the contact information was wrong. So finally got the right contact information, met up with him at noon, got him done, did the 1:15, did the 2 o'clock, did the 3:30, and the 12 o'clock had to do scan backs. I didn't get the scan backs done until later in the evening, about 6 something, because I was boom, boom, boom going. And I had all of my equipment with me, portable office, battery, car, everything. But I just didn't have the time to just stop and do it. So I don't know how anybody can say they're doing 8, 10 of these a day. Different companies, different requirements. I mean, unless you got your kids helping you and you got somebody dropping the documents off for you and all that. But if you talking about you and you're doing this with no additional help, and you're getting the documents shipped out on time, and you're getting the scan backs done, I don't see how you can do that, especially when you're spending 30 to 45 minutes with a client. Now, I will say I've been doing them faster, but if I would have did all 7, I would have made $720. With the 4 that I did, I wound up getting 440, and I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. But I am tired. I am really, really tired. I'm fixing me something to eat right now, and then I'm gonna print these documents off for my 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I could have had 8, because the 10 o'clock that I got tomorrow was supposed to have happened at 8 o'clock this morning. So I could have had 8, but I only ended up doing 4 out of the 7. Again, you really got to have a system together. You really got to have yourself together. You really got to have your emotions in check and not allow yourself to get spastic, while going through this. Because while I was dealing at 5 o'clock, while I'm dealing with my 5 o'clock signing, I'm getting a phone call about my 7 o'clock saying it's been canceled. Then I'm on the phone with the title company for my 5 o'clock, because there was stuff wrong with his documents, and that's why he didn't sign. While I'm on the phone with them, another title company's calling me saying, "Hey, your 8 o'clock is canceled." And I'm like, "Oh man," So you're dealing with all of that at one time, and the client, he wants you to be focused on his needs. You're trying to deal with that. It can be a lot. But if you stay focused, you can get through it. So I am truly not doing that again. I mean, the only way I could see that happening is if I got stuff really spaced out and there's no pressing scan back issues, or same day, same day drop for next day delivery. You have those, it's gonna mess you up. I'll be honest, it's gonna mess you up. And then if you got distances to travel, fortunately, all of my stuff was real compact. For the location, I was able to zip get through, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one, and I really still just in my mind, I can't even visualize how somebody's doing 10 of them and then taking a full 175-page packet and getting through that in 15 minutes. I mean, I'm able to do it now in 30. But 15, I mean, you're literally, it's like you're just sitting there, say, sign my logbook, and I'll fill the information out later. And you got to just be handing them pages that they need to sign, and you're not even showing them the first page, the top page of the 2 pages. You're just saying sign this, and then, which is 100% wrong, you can't be notarizing everything. I'm just gonna have to say it. I mean, you can't be notarizing because some of these companies like Boston National, Title, you got so many notarizations you got to do in their packet. It ain't funny. I mean, at least 10 to 15, probably, yeah, at least 15 at the max. And you're sitting there, and then with Boston National, you have to literally write your name in on every single one. It's not just sign your name, it's sign your name, print your name, all of that. Then you got to put their name down. Then you got to say what type of ID it was, and you got to do that about 8 to 10 times on top of the other notarization. That's after you did the promissory note. I mean the deed, any affidavits and all of that. And then you got another 10 signed, notarizations to do just for that title company. That thing ain't no joke. So I'm tired. I just had to share that with y'all. I think ideally as a full-time notary, 4 to 5, properly spaced out, maybe a 6 one you could throw in there, but ideally 4 to 5 a day is really where you need to be aiming because it is a lot. It is a lot. I know one notary, she told me she did 7, and she said it was not that it was tough, but that's a hard pace to keep up with. And she is correct. I have to give her credit. I was trying to keep up with my lady, but grip couldn't hang. I'm serious. That's a tough one. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. If anybody got anything where they can help me understand, and if you know who this person is that's doing the 10 in my area in 15 minutes, I will pay them to let me come hang out with them for a whole day and watch them in action. I'm serious. I will pay them. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.